Hey, howdy y'all. I am getting ready to cook up a couple of freezer meals, and I thought you might want to join me. I was going to share this recipe with you, and it's real easy, nothing to it really, and I like to do freezer recipes for on days when I don't really want to cook, but I want to have something to just pop in the oven. So what we're going to be needing today is cilantro, onion. These are sweet peppers. It's like a red bell pepper, about the same thing. These are serrano chilies. You can use jalapeno. They didn't have any at the store, so I got some serranos. We're going to use rotel tomatoes, cream of mushroom soup, ranch style beans, canned tomatoes. The seasonings are chili powder and I use a package of taco seasoning. I'll also use some Mexican sour cream, and I'm going to use a package. This is 1 pound of lean ground beef, and I have already browned that. It's all brown and ready to go. So I'm just going to chop up these vegetables and then we'll get going. Oh, also, almost forgot, this is just tortilla chips that have been all crushed. This is like maybe half a bag of tortilla chips that's all been crushed up. And some cheese, but I'll get that out in just a minute. Okay, so I'm just going to chop up this onion. Now, the cilantro, it doesn't go really good for long-term cooking, so I'm just going to put some of the stems in the actual dish, and then when I serve it, I'll chop up some of the leaves and serve it with that fresh, right, you know, when you cook it and serve it. But since cilantro doesn't hold up well to, you know, freezing and cooking, and it kind of turns brown and it gets a little bitter, but the stalks hold up pretty good. So, and you know, you don't have to cut this stuff real fine. I kind of like onion. We kind of like onion, so it's okay to have pieces if you like it real fine. You know, and if you don't like onion, leave it out. These serrano chilies, they have a little heat to them. If you want a milder taste, then you can take out the ribs and the seeds. But I actually like the kind of hot taste. So I just chop them up roughly like this. It's super easy. But if you would like, you can go cut them in half long ways and take out some or all of the ribs and seeds. I just rough chop these like this. You can smell them. They're hot. Get rid of that. And so, in go the onions, in go the chilies. And then we've got these peppers are kind of like bell peppers. They're mini sweet peppers. So they do have a taste, but they don't have any heat to them. And I'll just, you know, I've already washed all this stuff, all these peppers. So I'll just put them in like this, just in rings. After it's been frozen for a while and then cooked, these will soften up and they will incorporate into the dish. And if you want to cut them up really fine, then they'll really incorporate. But I like to get a little bite of pepper every now and then. So I like it kind of chunky. So this is a dish that I'm making not to eat now. This is for another day. And I think it will make at least 2, possibly 3 portions. And I do this so that on another day, because I have time right now, and on another day when I might not have time, I can just pop this in the oven. Super simple, quick, easy meal. And again, just a rough chop will do. These will really cook down while they're in the oven. And they kind of break down a little bit in the freezer as well. So, like I said, the leaves are for after it's cooked. You want to put some on top, you know, just before service. But for that nice cilantro taste, without any of the brown wilty bitterness, we're going to go with just some stems. Okay. So here I have two kinds of cheese, mozzarella cheese and Colby Jack. You can use whatever kind of cheese you like. So in here we have our veggies. That's onions, chilies, peppers, and cilantro stems. And into this bowl we're going to add the rotel, the tomatoes, red style beans, and the cream of mushroom. We're also going to add the taco seasoning. And some chili powder. This is to taste, you know, however much you like. I just like to spice up the taco seasoning just a little. We're going to add, probably a quarter of a cup to a half a cup of this Mexican sour cream. If you're not used to this, you can use regular sour cream. This is pretty much the same, it's just a different texture. It is a little bit runnier. And, sorry about that, guys. Our ground beef. Okay. And we just mix this all up. Everything all together. And once that's really well incorporated, we're going to put just a little bit of the cheese in there. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I hope you can see. That's what it looks like. And we're going to put about half. I probably got a good cup of each of these, so I'm going to put about half of each inside. Okay. And then we just fold that in gently. And none of this stuff is hot, you know, it's just room temperature, so it's not melting the cheese, it's just letting the cheese stir in like another ingredient. Okay. So I definitely think we have enough for 3 portions. So I just use these little cake pans, and I'm going to cover them with foil. So I just put some in each one. I'm just trying to divide it up evenly. It doesn't really matter. Okay. Looks like this one's got a little bit more. Put some in here. Okay, now we're just gonna smash this out. Just like that. Easy peasy. Now we're gonna put chips. These are just corn tortilla chips. And it doesn't even matter really if they're stale. It works fine. And just put some on the top of each one. That's a good way to use up the little bottom crumbs in a bag of chips, is this right here. So then we're just gonna spread this out just like that. And these portions are more than enough for me and my husband. In fact, this is probably 4 servings, so each one of these will be like 2 meals for us. So I'm gonna put the mozzarella cheese all over, and then we'll do the Colby Jack as well. And you know, if you don't like cheese, you can omit the cheese. If you want more cheese, you can surely put lots more cheese. But it does have cheese on the inside too, so this will be really cheesy and good. Just kind of spread that out, and then like I said, after it's completely done, I will chop some of this cilantro really fine, and when I serve it, I will serve it with this Mexican sour cream and some fresh cilantro. But this is 3 freezer meals. Now I'll just take them and cover them with foil. Just like that. And then I will get my marker and I'll write what it is on there. Mexican casserole. And then this, even though this pan's kind of flimsy, once it freezes, it'll be, you know, stackable. You know, you want to freeze it just like this, but then you can stack them after they're frozen solid. And so when you're ready, after this has been frozen and you're ready to do it, just put this on a baking sheet and put it in the oven at 350 degrees for 1 hour. And then take the foil off of it, and you can let it brown a little bit. You know, if you want to brown the cheese, you can let it stay in there a little longer and brown the cheese. And then let it sit about 5 minutes and serve it. I suggest serving it with the cilantro and sour cream, but you know, you can also have chips and salsa with it, beans, Spanish rice, you know, what you'd normally have with a Mexican casserole. So this is a quick, easy freezer dish that you can make. Now I have 3 meals that I can pop out of the freezer and into the oven. Easy peasy. So hope you liked that. Thanks for joining me, and until next time, y'all be sweet.